The opening statement is, we live in the CAA. No lead is safe. We learned that today, obviously, and I obviously mismanaged the time clock at the end of the game and made our defense go back on the field. So guys played hard. They made plays when they needed to down the stretch, and that allowed them to come back and make the winning field goal with no time left and win the game.
Mark, what was the strategy there again?
The strategy there was, we're going to burn time. If we got down to 120 or less, we could have taken knees and ended the game. The referees then came over after they used their timeout. So it was 119 on the clock. We can take 2 or 3 knees, game's over. Referees came over and said, there's a new rule in place. They can't remember if it was last year or the year before when the rule came in place, that if the game is under 2 minutes, then the opposing team can decide to start the snap on the play for ready from the referee or on the snap. Obviously, they chose to start the clock on the snap, and they gave them their timeout back.
Peter Johnson, Beacon Sports, Mark. There's 2 four-quarter collapses. What do you think contributes to the 2 four-quarter collapses?
I think we play in the CAA, and the other team made plays in the fourth quarter when they needed to, and we didn't make enough.
Coach, I know that last week was a tough one and today was a tough one, but the 88 strong, how proud of you of this team, and what did you think you guys improved on from your last game on today?
I'm really proud of our guys. What we improved on is we learned from that JMU that you got to play 4 quarters, and obviously we got to repeat. We got a repeat lesson, if you will. We're up with 28 at half, and we only put up 1 on the board in the second half. And again, you got to just keep scoring points and keep your foot on the gas in this league, because no lead is insurmountable. So but I'm real proud of our guys. We're playing down a couple guys, obviously, and this gentleman to my right, freshman, and obviously the 1-2 removed from me as a first-year player in our program, and these guys give everything they got. And we had 2 good weeks of practice because we had our bye week, and we came up short. And again, to Chuck and Stony Brook's credit, they're coming off their bye, and they found a way to get it done when it mattered.
Okay, Mark, you kind of dug into your bag of tricks there in the first half. Was it by design? Was it just something you saw in new situations?
Yeah, a little bit of both. You get the extra week to look at throw a couple wrinkles at some things. So we knew we were going to call those plays, and our guys did a great job executing them. And, so we don't have a ton of those trick-type plays, but, we pulled them out today when we got in the proper field position of when we thought we wanted to use them through practice for the last 2 weeks. And obviously, again, to the 2 guys, gentlemen, to my right, they're the ones that came out and executed the play along with the others. It takes all 11 to execute a play like that, any play. If you want to have a successful play, it takes all 11. But something we thought we'd give a try, and obviously we called them, and they worked.
And the 4th down call led to D. Will's touchdown. Is that one of those things, like you said, you have to score as many points as you can in this league?
Yeah, we're going to go for 4th down when it's on the 1.5-yard line, probably 100% of the time, unless there's 4 seconds on the clock and we need a field goal to win like they did.
The offense is moving so efficiently in the first half, especially with the trick plays. What do you think kind of slowed down the second half?
Well, the offense was ready to take the field, and we fumbled the first kickoff away. So that probably took a little momentum. I know we came out of the locker room ready to, take the field with the momentum we had in the first half. Then we had another turnover on our next possession. So, they get a little bit out of rhythm. But to our offense's credit and our whole team's credit, we dug in and we drove the ball down when we needed to. We missed a field goal. Obviously, that's getting a little habitual right now. We got to fix that, because there's points that make a difference right now when you have a game like this.
Mark, why was Nate not have that last punt? That was Zach, right?
Yeah, Zach kicked. They both kicked. Zach's our backup punter, so he practiced punting every day. And his time, he gets it off quicker. And we figured that would be a critical situation to just get the catch to kick, snap, catch, and kick off quicker, because we figured they might be coming after it.
And can you talk about that touchdown reception? Is that the first of your career?
I think so.
Yeah.
We practiced it for the past couple of weeks. We put it in, and Coach Bowden did a great job of knowing when to call it and getting us in a good spot to run it well. Jaren threw a good ball, and had good blocks downfield.
How important was Kofi's block down in the backfield? Because seemed to kind of screen it.
Yeah, so I mean, it was basically a screen pass. So he came back and made a big time block and that was big in springing me down the field and allowing me to get into open space. But I mean, everyone blocked it well. Everyone ran it well. Like Coach Fronte said, you need all 11 to execute a play really well, and that's what we did.
How do you put this loss behind you? I mean, how do you move on from this?
I mean, we still have 4 weeks left in the season, and we got to just look at next week. You know, this is going to hurt tonight. We'll be back in tomorrow. We'll learn from it. I mean, that's all you can do when you lose a game like this. You just got to learn from it because there's a lot to learn and just not make the same mistake again for the rest of the year.
Dan, how much did those miscues in the third quarter kind of take you off your game offensively?
I mean, I don't think it took us off our game. I just think we didn't execute the way we should have, like we did in the first half. You know, I don't think we were super locked in the second half. I think as an offense, some of the guys might have got complacent, and especially being up a couple scores. We just got to do better next time.
Dan, kind of a two-part question for you. I know last week you went to JMU, which is a familiar. You're from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
There were some guys on JMU that you kind of played with growing up. How exciting was that to kind of have a homecoming game and for today, that trick play? Just what was going through your mind as the play was going on through that when you scored?
I mean, football's supposed to be fun, so I was just having fun. And if you're not, you probably shouldn't do it. But, you know, it's football. You know, you just think about doing your job, and if you do your job well, you get rewarded for it.
TD, I want to ask you a question, man. How does it feel to get that breakout game, man? I've been raving about since you came from high school. How does it feel to get that breakout game? What did you learn from this loss?
I mean, it feels pretty good. I mean, these coaches have, you know, put their trust in me, and obviously I've had to step up as a freshman. But I mean, definitely this loss it hurts because, you know, I know how good this team is. I know how hard we work. I know, you know, what they went through last year, what they're trying to change this year. So obviously it hurts, but I mean, I think you'll see this team come back, you know, stronger next week.
Mark, I wanted to ask you. I'm sorry, man. Mark, I wanted to ask you. The last 3 years, you had some impacting freshmen every time. How does it feel to have freshmen come in and impact your team right away?
Oh, it's good. You know, we try to do the best job we can in recruiting, and you know, our coaches do a good job. Number one, getting on the road and building relationships with the guys that we have in our program. That's a big part of recruiting, and then the evaluation part. And you know, we're just happy that, you know, we have a smaller roster than a lot of teams at this level. You know, as the 88 strong thing, the reason we have that is we only have 88 people on our roster, which I know a lot of teams are well over 100. So freshmen are going to have to step up just because we need them for added depth. And when you get injuries and that type of thing, their opportunities come maybe sooner than they anticipated. But real happy with how the guys are, you know, stepping up and playing. And, you know, it just means our guys did a great job, like I said, evaluating them and then getting to know them and encouraging them, and their families put trust in our program that we'll take good care of them while they're here. And that lets, like I said, build relationships.
TD, have you ever thrown a touchdown pass?
Like 8th grade, but like that's probably, but yeah.
Were you nervous when that call comes in? And
I mean, not really. I mean, I actually get excited because, you know, I like to think I can throw the ball pretty well.
He's been talking about it for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
about how he wants to
so
throw it, so.
I like to think I could throw. I mean, it was just, you know, you got to have confidence when you play this game, especially at this level. So, I mean, if you're confident, it'll take you a long way. So I just kind of trusted myself and trusted, you know, the play call and just try to execute.
the same question I asked Daniel, how do you guys bounce back from this, put this behind you?
I mean, you just gotta go back and work hard, and obviously the attention to detail has got to be even higher. You know, this week it should be high all the time, but we gotta obviously fix some little things, and then we gotta take care of what we can control, so we can come out and get the win next week.
Mark, moving forward, it seems like you have very obviously two very competent freshmen in the backfield to replace Covington. What kind of confidence does that give you with the offense when you have to win games down the stretch?
We feel great about these two guys. They've as we said in the previous question, they've done a great job stepping up, and probably neither one of them anticipated that their role would be as large as it is at this point in time with some of the depth we had in the backfield. But, you know, those two guys have really matured, learned the system, and go out there and perform at a high level. So when you see that in practice and you see what they're able to do in carrying the game, the whole team has all the trust and confidence in the world in these guys, and, you know, they've done a great job responding.
It sounds like, you know, the rule you were talking about of it, or?
I'm gonna look it up as soon as I leave here. I got the rule book sitting on my desk right now.
So did you know that they had just one timeout at that point? Or just-
Yeah, and they used it. They called it. And then the ball on, with 119 and second down, we're anticipating the clock to be start on the referees ready, not on the snap.
Mark, you have 265 tight ends, Ty Simmons, why are they not using it as much?
Well, we just change it up. I mean, Coach Bowden does a great job. There's a lot of times where they are in there. And, you know, we were trying to get the ball to them at times. Todd had some nice catches here today. Simon had a couple. And then, you know, we had one that batted down. We ended up scoring on that drive anyway, but we did target Simon twice in a row on that drive where we scored our last touchdown. So they're in there probably a little more than you anticipate, though, sometimes, because a lot of times he puts them in different locations. Sometimes they're out as the number one receiver, so you assume it's a wideout. And if you're not looking at their number closely, you won't know it's a tight end. But they're on the field quite a bit.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.